everyone, I'm Maria and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to do a tutorial primarily on the Too Faced palette, and this is what it looks like, and I reviewed it earlier. But yeah, this is kind of what I got out of it, although I did pull in a more cranberry shade, and you'll see it's kind of like a video of mishaps this time. So yeah, you get to go on my makeup journey with me if you so choose. And let's just get started then. So today I'm going to do all my face, so you get the whole enchilada, and let me know if you like that. Like, I kind of try to do one video where I'm doing all my makeup, like including primer and everything like that, foundation, and then another one where I'm concentrating more on the eyes and all of that. Tell me what you prefer, because I am willing to do either. But anyway, let's get started. Oh, e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. We're gonna start with that. Put about that much on my finger. And as usual lately, Too Faced Born This Way foundation. A pump and a teeny bit. I'll probably need more because I semi-cleaned my beauty blender today, and I find that once I clean it, I need more product. I need way more product this time, so I'm gonna do actually a whole other pump, or 3/4 of a pump. Now recently I went to Winners and I found this thing called Dirty Works. Bye Bye Dark Circles is what it's called, and I was a bit intrigued. It was like $5.99, and it kind of had packaging that was similar to like the Benefit Professional or Soap and Glory, that kind of packaging. And so I thought I'd give it a try. It's like a peach corrector, and it's got 2 tones, whoa. And I, in particular, like the fact that it was this really cool cube. It just kind of made me happy. And so I've been using, I can mix these 2 together and get a color that's similar to my, my Pixie one, but I kind of wanted to try the darker shade just because I am so dark, and I wanted to see if it actually canceled out the blue completely, or pretty close, because that other one just doesn't cancel it all out. And I'm gonna just bounce that in with my beauty blender. I just prefer it over my finger. I don't know why. Like, okay, so this is one of my weird things. Honestly, patting, first of all, I find that super tedious, but second of all, it kind of creeps me out because eyeballs creep me out, and the skin there is just, it's too close to my eyeballs. It's like, not really, but kind of that's true. It's kind of true. Is that allowed? Ooh, you know what? That worked really good. That's the best I've ever had as far as like getting rid of that blue. Like, I almost look normal. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm trying the Instant Age Rewind still. I like it, but holy mackerel, do you ever go through the product fast compared to the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer? I think I'm going through this quite quickly. Today I'm going to use Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer. I just have a sample of it from eons ago. And I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And just for the record, like, I have noticed that I don't really have, like, some of those girls on YouTube, they are super elegant, and when they do stuff, they somehow manage to look beautiful doing awkward things. So for instance, putting on like primer. You know, somehow they manage to have their face look just poised and beautiful. I'm like this. The bottom line is that, see, like this, I do this a lot. I am sorry, but that's just the way it is because bottom line, I'm me, and it's not overly elegant. But it's authentic. Not to say that they're not, because I'm sure there's, like, even when I cut stuff, when I write, my husband, he makes fun of me, so does my sister, because I'm like, always like, look, I just make terrible faces. So that's just, I guess, life. What do you do? It's the way it is. Okay, so my face is set. I'm going to pull the camera in a little bit closer and we'll get started on my eyes. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the first chocolate bar palette, which I'm excited about trying. I kind of have an idea of where I'm going, but this is my very first time using this, so even though I kind of have an idea, it's a bit of an experiment. So we're gonna start with this salted caramel color, and it looks like it's one of the only transition colors in the palette. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a smaller, a little fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go into this color Amaretto right there. So beautiful. First time on my eyeballs, people. Ooh, I might actually have to go out and buy this palette. Ooh, so pretty. I don't even think my sister's touched that shade yet. Brunel. Got to try this shade, it's phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this color Creme Brulee, and I'm gonna place that on the outer half of my lid. Okay, then I'm going to actually go into this Candied Violet color, and I'm putting that on the inner half of my lid. Okay, I feel that the purple was a complete and total mistake. I had an idea in my head, but I think it's a fail there. Let's just try a little more. Yikes. Nope, that's scary, man. Not that the shadow's scary, but it's ruining my vision. My vision has been clouded. Okay, so I'm just gonna still apply that purple on, and then I'm going to clean my brush off and go back into that Creme Brulee color and see if I can kind of fix this, because I don't like that at all. Okay, now I've gone into Champagne Truffle, and I'm liking that a little bit better. See, it's not the end of the world when you mess up with the shadow. You just play around, fix it. I still don't like that. Ew. What am I gonna do? Guys, what am I gonna do? Should I start all over? You know what? I'm gonna take that off because I just don't like it. So I will be back in a second. That's the beauty. You can remove it fairly easily. So I'm gonna remove it, semi-remove it anyway, and then I'll be back to fix it. So I decided instead of just doing it off camera, I would show you what I'm using. I'm using the L'Oreal Gentle Micellar Solution, and it's kind of like a water. It works really good because it's not oily. So I really like it for taking off my eye makeup. And I've just put a little bit on the pad, and I'm gonna wrap my finger kind of in it. I'm tempted to actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my brush like that, and then I'm gonna just go in and wipe it off. I can work with that. And then I'm gonna dry it with a Kleenex. Just pat it dry. Okay, so that's a pain in the butt if you do that. but it's not the end of the world, and it took me 2 seconds to deal with. So there you have it. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that salted caramel, that first matte shade, and just kind of touch that up. Back in that amaretto, this color here. Love it. Then I'm going to go back into that gold creme brulee color, and I'm going to put that all over my lid this time. And lately I've been just experimenting with faking my crease. So I'm just bringing this up over the hood and just putting that in that, like this part, not going on to that part, just to try it. So then if I've got my, like kind of my lid color extending here, then I'm gonna take that salted color, that salted caramel, and just bring it kind of, I'm gonna take my M200 and just kind of blend everything together. Now I'm gonna deepen this up by first going into Cherry Cordial, and then I'm gonna go into Black Forest Truffle just to add some sparkle. And I'm just gonna put this on the outer edge, kind of like the outer V. And then Black Forest Truffle. I'm not gonna put this up top, I'm just doing this a little bit on my lid. And then I'm actually gonna go back into Cherry Cordial, and I'm gonna run that a little bit more in here. I'm gonna just blend that out. Now for something different, I'm gonna go into Gilded Ganache, which is kind of an olivey color, and I'm gonna run that on my lower lash. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend it out with this salted caramel color again. I'm gonna take White Chocolate right here. Now I don't like this shade as much as the Semi-Sweet Chocolate shade, the brow bone highlight, because the Semi-Sweet Chocolate shade is just, it's a bit lighter, which is better for me. But this is the one we're using today. And I'm gonna go back into Creme Brulee, the gold color, just to kind of build it a little bit more on the lid so that it has a bit more bam. Now I'm gonna go back into Cherry Cordial, and I'm just gonna put that right at the lash line. Now I'm gonna use Mary Luminizer by The Balm as my inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna go in with my Rimmel Scandaleyes, and it's kind of, I don't know why. The only thing I don't like about these eyeliners is once they get down to about that size, they start crumbling on me, and I don't quite get what the deal is. Yeah, that one just totally broke off. I've had it basically break off in my eye before, which I don't really enjoy. So I'm gonna do mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes and use Better Than Sex mascara. Okay, I'm not quite happy with the way the eyeshadow looks. Like, it's okay, but it's not really popping for me somehow. So I am going to go back into this amaretto color, which would have to be my favorite shade in the whole palette, and see if I can get a bit more red happening. Okay, so I'm still not quite happy with this. I don't know if it's just because I've been doing a lot of bronzy eyes lately and I'm kind of bored with them, but I am going to go into my Vice 3 palette, and I'm gonna take this color here, which is called Alchemy, and it's kind of a cranberry color. Yeah. Okay, to me this is completely deviating from the chocolate bar theme, but I like it better. Just going in with the Kat Von D liquid liner and just making it a little darker on top. And then I'm just going to go in with this NYX brown simply because I have it in my hand, and just deepen up that lash line down below. Okay, now I'm going to go in with these Ardell Situations in 110 black. They're really, really simple little lashes. I wanted to mix it up because I've been using the Kiss Me ones so much, which still I'm tempted to use them even as we speak because I absolutely love them. But we're gonna use these ones today. So I get my glue and I just poof it up like that, and then I just run it along the lash line. Okay, so I've got my glue on my lash like this, and then I just have to let it dry for a while. While this is drying, my weird story about a couple weeks ago, I was leading worship on a Friday night, and I had done a tutorial in the afternoon, so I had false lashes on. And I was tempted to take them off because I didn't know how well it would go, because I've always got my eyes closed like this when I'm leading worship. So, but I thought, hey, I'll give it a go. And so I left them on, and after the first, so like I was playing for 2 hours. And so for the first 45 minutes I was going, and then I had a little bit of a break. And so I thought something felt kind of wrong. And so then I just looked, like I kind of went to feel it and realized that it was basically just dangling there. So then I was like kind of embarrassed, because to me wearing false lashes is a little ridiculous. Like, I like them, don't get me wrong, I love them actually, but they are slightly over the top. So part of me was like kind of embarrassed, and I thought, okay, so my choice is either to, I just have to put more glue on this one here. So it was either, my choice was either to like rip it off in front of the congregation, or turn around and rip it off in front of my drummer, in which case I imagine he would have been severely grossed out. Or somehow, I think, you know, probably no one would have even noticed. That's the crazy thing. But instead I kind of just played with it and kind of clipped it on, or like pushed it back on a little bit. And then by the end of the evening, I literally, it was literally just dangling by a thread. It was horrible. Okay, so here we go. I just set it on like that. I put that on that corner, and then I put that on that corner. So I'm going to go with Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, and I always just put it on the back of my hand and then do up my container nice and tight, because it just keeps the product soft and usable for a lot longer than if you leave it open. And then my mom had bought some dip brow pomade, and hold it, it was my sister had bought some dip brow pomade, and they had told her you need to take some out of the container and then shut it back up, because it keeps it creamier longer and doesn't dry the product out. And I had been leaving mine open while I put it on, and then when my sister told me that, I stopped doing that because it was actually starting to dry out already, and I hadn't had it very long, and since then it's stayed perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out a little bit and we'll work on the rest of the face. I'm going to start by contouring using MAC Omega Shadow as per usual. I'm going to bronze using Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced in medium deep. I'm going to go into this H&M blush called Pale Pink. I'm gonna highlight with the Balm Mary Luminizer. I'm gonna use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. MAC Burgundy, I'm gonna line my lips. Then I'm gonna go in with NYX Matte Lipstick in Whipped Caviar. And then I'm just gonna reline in the stone. Just kind of feather the two together. Okay, I'm gonna go fluff up my hair and then we'll be back to readjust whatever needs to be readjusted. Okay, so this is the finished look. So that's what I got going on in the eye department. Yeah. And in the end, I really like the way this looks. I think, honestly, that I will go in with a little bit more of this blush, just to give my cheeks a bit, like just slightly more color, because I just end up looking really washed out when I wear a redder lipstick. Like, this isn't even overly red, it's kind of a plum. But anyway, so you got to go on my experiment with me, had a little bit of trial and error, but it shows you that, like, even when you do mess up, you can fix it easy enough. And that's actually part of learning in makeup. It's part of learning in anything. You try it, you mess up and fail and all of that kind of stuff, and then you keep trying and then you get it right. So I think I got it right in the end. Tell me what you think. Hope that you enjoyed this. Please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like, if you haven't already, and have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.